On this episode of Travels in Britain, join us as we explore some of our favorite sites in southwest England. Interested in Roman history, a good stop on your way to or from the city of Bath is the Chedworth Roman Villa, located near the village of Chedworth. It's a bit off the beaten path, but the drive there is such a treat as you get to drive down English country lanes that present lovely views of the countryside and pass through picture-perfect villages. The Chedworth Roman Villa is a vintage Roman ruin that dates back to the 7th century when the Romans controlled Britannia. It was lost to time and eventually rediscovered in 1864, and it's been in the care of the National Trust since 1924. The facilities at Chedworth have recently undergone a multi-million-pound renovation, and a new visitor center was constructed, along with a new protective covering for the ruins themselves. This is not a free attraction, as it's in constant care by the National Trust to protect the delicate ruins. The Visitor Center has a lovely little cafe where you can get a light lunch or enjoy some cakes from Huffkins that's based in Burford. As well as the cafe, there's a lovely restroom facilities along with a fantastic Roman-themed National Trust gift shop. Once you're done enjoying the amenities at the Visitor Center, you're off to explore the ruins themselves. The new protective cover for the ruins is enclosed and it raises you above the ruins so that you can explore how the Romans lived during the 2nd century. There's an audio tour that's free with your admission, and there's also plenty of prompts within the ruins to give you some historical background. It's really quite amazing to think that you're looking at what is the equivalent of a Roman manor house that was at the center of a bustling community. Definitely plan a stop at Chedworth Roman Villa if you're interested in Roman history. If you're a huge airplane nut, then a great stop in the Somerset area is the Fleet AirArm Museum. The museum is dedicated to the Royal Navy's aviation history and features tons of great displays on real airplanes located next to a working naval base airfield. By far the biggest star attraction here is the authentic Concorde jet. Yes, they have an actual supersonic Concorde jet. One of the most beautifully engineered airplanes ever created is sitting in one of their main halls. You can climb on board, touch it, hit your head in the bulkheads, and imagine jetting over the Atlantic at supersonic speeds. Now don't get too excited, this Concorde was never actually in service. It was in fact one of the engineering test crafts that were built to work out the engineering of the eventual planes that went into service. It's still amazing to see and touch in person. Not only do they have a Concorde jet, but they also have an entire fleet of preserved aircraft from the Royal Navy's entire flying history. They've even got a Spitfire and several Harrier jump jets. The best part is that you can walk up to all of these historic aircraft and touch them. There are also many interactive displays where you can pretend to be a pilot or a gunner on an aircraft. You can see cutaways of real aircraft engines and even go on a ride that shows you what it's like to land on an actual aircraft carrier. As well as the Concorde and the military aircraft, the museum is located next to a working Royal Navy airfield, and if you're lucky, you can watch aircraft taking off and landing in the viewing area. You can easily spend half a day here, and it's worth stopping just for the airplane-themed gift shop alone. Another great stop in the Somerset area is Glastonbury Tor. Glastonbury Tor is a hill located in Glastonbury, England, which features the roofless St. Michael's Tower at its peak. The site is managed by the National Trust, and this iconic and evocative landmark offers magnificent views of Somerset, Dorset, Wiltshire, and Wales. Steeped in both history and legend, excavations at the top of the hill have recently revealed the ruins of 2 ancient churches, of which only a 15th century tower remains. Glastonbury Tor also has a grisly past when Abbot Richard Whiting was executed here in 1549 on the orders of Thomas Cromwell, the 1st Earl of Essex. Be prepared for a bit of a climb, but the views at the top are worth the effort. And no trip to Glastonbury is complete without a visit to Glastonbury Abbey, glorious abbey ruins that are rumored to be the burial place of the legendary King Arthur. The ruins are what remains of a former Benedictine monastery that was destroyed by Henry VIII during the dissolution of the monasteries. While it's a shame that something so beautiful was destroyed, the ruins today are a romantic stop, evocative of classic English historical landscapes. Pack a picnic and enjoy the grounds and feel a sense of history. A great stop on your way to Somerset is the classic English tourist stop of Stonehenge. While its origins are still a bit of a mystery, we know that it dates back to before the Egyptians, and these stones have stood here for all of British history. This is one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world, and you will have to contend with the crowds on your visit there, but it's definitely worth a stop, especially if you're passing by. While the facilities leave much to be desired, especially for the expensive costs of admission, plans are in motion for the busy roads around the site to be relocated and for a new visitor center to be built that will be very sympathetic to the surroundings. Still, it's very nice to reflect on the ages of history that have gone by as you admire the massive stones on the Salisbury Plain. Thank you for exploring Somerset and beyond with us. Join us in the next episode of Travels in Britain as we explore our favorite bit of England, Dorset.